Here's your voltage regulator, and it looks a little worse for wear. That's what I suspect is the problem. It looks like it's been smoked a little bit. So here's our new voltage regulator. It's got a little heat sink on it. As far as I know, you don't put anything on it. It sits in there. And we got some new brushes. I'll have to go back on this, replace these. These have springs in them, and they're just held on with a little clip. This little clip here, we'll just pry it and just pull that off. You have something to grab it with. Like that. And before I do anything else, I'm gonna put this one on. And then I'll pull the other one off. It ain't very tight, not like them other ones. Now if you see this thing's got a slot in it, that's where that little copper wire's got to fit down in. So we got to find us a little straw or a little piece of wire. Alright, so I just happen to have a piece of copper, stripped copper wire here. And it's got to be small enough to fit in this hole right here, like that. So we'll put our springs back in. And we'll put this one in. Whoop. Where'd that little fucker? And it looks like these new ones actually have a hole through that. Can you see? See that hole right there? I believe that's where you insert your wire. These little things are a little bit tricky. So I got one in. Drop the wire. I'm going to insert this wire into it. And that'll hold that. So I get this other one in. And now we got them in place. There is a hole in the case that wire will stick through, so you can pull it out once you get it together. See that hole right there? So now that we got that on, we need to get us a bolt in here. And the first one goes back, will have a washer on it. Just gonna wire it. Next will be the fuse. It didn't have an insulator. And then our new diode trio, which will fit over these studs, and I'm gonna have to move. I think that's got to go on top of it. Like that. Ain't gonna over tighten, just snug them up good. Now we're ready for our stator. Before I was interrupted, I'll set this on here. We'll be lined up on the holes. It should just slide right in. Change that out. These are a little tricky to get started. If you got big hands, big fingers, that ain't too bad. When you tighten these down, you want to be sure that you don't over tighten and twist the wire ends off. So this is what it should look like. Turn the light on. And we got these on. And so about ready to set it back on here. Line my marks up. This has been greased, so I'm not going to grease it again. Should just set. I have my mark lined up right. Sit right there. Get some bolts started. This is a pretty simple job, and if you go, sometimes these alternators can be pretty expensive to go get one that's rebuilt. And basically, all they've done is about the same thing. They've checked the rectifiers, and they may have replaced the voltage regulator and the stator if it needed it, or maybe new bushings if it needed new bushings. I don't think this is quite the right size. And then we pull this out, and that should set our brushes. So now we're ready to put it on the truck, try it out. Alright guys, I got this thing back on here. And got the battery reconnected. And I think we're ready to give it a shot. I'm not sure that the that switch is still working from my solenoid for my heat for my glow plugs. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give them a manual shot with my trusty screwdriver. Swap hands. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh yeah. So what I want to do now is, that's better than what it was. That other one wasn't even reading over the red. What I want to do now is see exactly how much volts I have. And then I'm going to cut the truck off and see how much volts I have and see if it's actually charging. Alright guys, so I got this 2 meters sitting here. I'm putting out over 14 volts. Oh. So apparently that damn meter in the truck ain't working right, but we're going to try it with my test meter here. See if I can do this one-handed. She's charging a little bit high, but I don't know why. I believe that's going to be a pass on that one. Well, it's actually showing up now. So with it off, of course I charged my batteries up the other day. Hell, it's still showing 13.5 volts with it off. And some fully charged batteries right there. I charged them for about 2 days because they were about dead. So that's probably why it's putting out a lot. Because the way I had to wire this thing up, when I put this new wiring harness on, it didn't come with a plug to excite it with. So I end up, I've got 2 wires right here. I don't know if you can see. There's one right there, and this red wire right here is battery wires, and this wire right here, yeah, you can see, this pink wire is an old wire that was off another harness, and this black wire is tied in somewhere to the power supply to excite it. But anyway guys, that's all there is to repairing the alternator if your rectifier bank ain't bad. Like I said, there is a good video out there that shows you how to test those diodes in your rectifier, and I will put the link right down here at the bottom. So until then, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.